Rival Riders by Clare, Helen, Welsh, illustrated by Karis Harris. Gabby loved racing on her sparkly bike. She zoomed up muddy paths and down muddy hills. She was only 10, but she was the fastest rider in the whole family. Everyone in her house loved bikes, even the baby, even the dog. Gabby thought she might be the fastest rider in the whole neighborhood, but she didn't know for sure. She'd never been in a real race. One weekend, Gabby's mom asked her to deliver a rucksack of goodies to her grandma and granddad. Gabby put on her hoodie and sparkly helmet, then picked up her bike and protective pads. "I'll be back in no time," she told her mom. Hang on, you need to wait for Zach," Mom said. "Fine," said Gabby. Zach was her older brother, but he was so slow. "Hurry up, Zach. I'm coming. Hold on." She grabbed his helmet and hopped onto his bike. She had to pedal hard to catch up with Gabby, who was speeding ahead. On the corner of their grandparents' street, Gabby saw something attached to a lamppost. That post that grabbed her attention. She came to a halt. Suddenly, it was a race poster. "A race, and it's today," she gasped. "Why don't you enter? You're very fast," Zach said. Gabby really wanted to enter, but she was nervous. What if I fall off and everyone laughs at me? What if I don't win? Give it a go. After all, it's not about winning, it's about having fun, Zach encouraged her. Gabby and Zach went to the skate park to check out the race and the other riders. The road didn't look too bad. It was marked out with string and flags and went around the skate park, through the woods and back to the start. The race was just about to begin. Gabby made up her mind and handed the goodies for their grandparents to Zach. "Good luck," Zach smiled. "I'll wait here for you." "Oh, thanks." Gabby went and put her name down for the race. As Gabby pulled up at the starting line, another rider skidding over to her. He was wearing a dark hoodie and a helmet with monster teeth on. "Aw, what a cute, sparkly bike," he said to Gabby. "You don't really think you can win, do you?" There was no way Gabby was going to let another rider tell her she wasn't good enough to win. "Hey, monster boy, if you want a rival, you've got one. I'll show you my sparkly bike is just good as yours," the boy laughed. An older girl with a whistle put her hand up and shouted, "On your marks, get set, go!" The race was on. The other riders disappeared in a cloud of dust, but Gabby wasn't going to let that stop her. She pressed down on her pedals and raced along the track. Gabby overtook her first rider on a corner. She pressed harder. The pedals squeaked beneath her feet. She overtook another rider. Things were going well. But up ahead was Monster Boy. He had just entered the woods. Gabby pushed on harder and harder, faster and faster. She'd never been so fast as the wind was blowing in her face. All of a sudden, Gabby's front wheel hit a stone on the ground. The lost control of her bike skidded across the ground and under the flags landed with a thump against a tree stump. Gabby tried to get back on her bike. Maybe I could catch them up, she thought, but the chain had come off. She watched the other racers whiz past her. Except one racer. Her rival Monster Boy was headed right for her, riding in the wrong direction. Are you hurt? He asked, stopped beside her. Gabby shook her head. Tears stung her eyes. I'm Jace, he said, holding out his hand to pull Gabby up. Gabby took hold of it. I'm Gabby, she sniffed. Jace showed Gabby how to fix the bike chain. It wasn't long before it was ready to ride again. You need to look after your bike if you want to race me, he smiled. Gabby was back in the race. Jace sped away, a trail of dust behind him. Now her bike chain had been fixed. Gabby was hot on his heels again. The finish line was just ahead. Everyone was watching and cheering, including Zach and the riders who had already finished. I can do this, Gabby said, gripping the handlebars tightly. I can beat Jace. But it wasn't Gabby's day. Jace's wheel crossed the line just a fraction before hers. Good race, said Jace, riding over to Gabby, holding out his hand for a first bump. You weren't bad, although I was right. You didn't beat me, he winked. Gabby thought for a moment. Even though she had come last and she had fallen off, she had enjoyed the first race. I'll bet you next time, she told Jace. You're on, he grinned. Same time next week? Sure. See you then. When Gabby and Zach arrived at their grandparents' house, Gabby flopped onto the sofa and gulped down her drink. Zach rang and said, You've been in a bike race. How did it go? I didn't win, said Gabby, grinned from ear to ear. But I had a great time. There was another rider there called Jace. He loves racing as much as me, so we're going to match up again next week for a rematch. And next time I'm going to win.